Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. You know, we're all looking for happiness and fulfillment in this life. There's not one of us could say we don't want to find fulfillment. We don't want to find happiness in this life. And we want to have joy in this life. And what is joy? We say that joy is an expression of happiness. And we want to express that joy. That's the foundation of happiness, is called joy. And joy is when we accept everything that is moving through us at any given time. There's always ebbs and flows. There's always movement. We're never just static beings. There's always movement. And when we walk on our spiritual path, especially, we become more in alignment to what those changes are and what that movement is. And in the midst of the changes and movement, that's where we find joy. That's why we say that happiness is that joy expressed within our heart. And to have joy for everything. The key of joy is to understand that every morning we wake up, that breath is in our body. And we honor that breath that exists within us. That's that pran, that's that pranic energy, life force energy that exists within us. And the first step of the key of happiness is to accept that you breathe and that that breath is with you. And to have joy in that. Not to create emotion, commotions, disasters, all those things around you that take you away from that and that put you into duality. Totality is a spiritual life. That means we're in the total essence of our soul, and through the total essence of our soul, we realize and understand that we are just this being, this pranic being, that exists here at this time to expand ourselves, enjoy ourselves, be creative within ourselves, find the love and the joy of our heart. And that our soul should be celebrating. And we want to feel what is our heart, what is our soul, what does that mean for us? And how we can take this head of ours and bring it to our heart and bring it to our soul. So that that is the way that we can walk through this path of life. And through that find the joy in every breath that we take, even in the midst of that which becomes a challenge to us. That's why we are challenged. And walking on a spiritual path, there's always going to be a challenge. Life is never without the challenge. But I always say if I don't have a challenge, I'm not doing something right. Because I know that when I'm challenged, I have to meet that challenge. And I have to meet that challenge with compassion, with courage, with tolerance, with acceptance, through kindness of my own self. I have to embrace that challenge and understand it and walk through it, knowing that I'll be carried through whatever I need to find out through that challenge and to succeed in that challenge. So that we never feel that we're being defeated by this life. But we're at the feet of that which who created this life for us, whatever that is for you. And to let that resonate deep within your heart so that you can walk in joy. And that's the spirit of life. And without that spirit of life, we lose the creativity of life. And when we lose the creativity of life, we find there's an imbalance in our living. And when there's an imbalance in the living, it leads to that duality. It leads to that doubt. And any doubt within us will always multiply. So we don't want to live walking in doubt and fear. We want to be in the courage of self. And through the courage of self, understanding that everything we face in life is just there to go through to understand so that we can leap over it, that we can learn from it, that we can grow from it, and keep growing. That's the essence of life, is that we never stop growing and we never stop changing. But rather than to fear that change, rather than to fear that expression of the creativity, the key is to embrace it. Embrace it with kindness. Embrace it with love. And feel filled by that. And that joy resonates through you. And that gives you the stamina of life. Without that, we have no stamina within this life. And what we want to have through our spiritual destiny is perpetual stamina. That we never feel that we run out of that energy, we run out of that gas, that we always have that electrical current moving through us, and that's the breath of this life. And that's what happens as the meditative mind gets stronger and stronger and stronger. That electrical current becomes stronger within you, and it becomes magnified within you. And you can see through that light of self. And that current becomes so strong that your intuition, your understanding, your vision becomes expansive. And through that expanse of your vision, you create. And we always want to create. We want to learn and grow and understand. Each of us have many gifts that have been given, those siddhis that have been gifted to us, to expand them. And never to be dull with life. I've never find my life is ever dull. Something happens, changes happen, things go on, but it's never dull. There's always a moving moment. And I just watch myself within that moving moment to direct where I should be and how I should be. And allow that which is that force of that light, of that show that exists within inside of me, that's guided by that which created creation. To allow that energy to carry me. If that energy carries me, and when that energy carries me, I don't feel I'm ever tired. No matter what I'm doing, no matter what I have to go through, put out, be here, do this, do that, counsel this, do that, teach that, that there's never a time that says, now I'm too tired to do this. That never comes into my consciousness to ever say I'm too tired. I say, I know I have a lot of work and there's a lot of things to do, and we're continuous in that. Because that flow is constant within. And that expression of that happiness is always there within me, because I trust and I believe in the sacredness of every breath that I take. And I honor those breaths. And I find joy within that breath. And I find joy in this life, no matter what it is we face and how to face. But that has to be faced with faith. The key of joy and happiness is faith. Faith and trust within yourself. That starts within you. That love, that faith, that trust will always begin within yourself. Otherwise, life just becomes that commotion. And in that commotion, you'll never find your steadiness. You'll never find steadiness in commotion. And that lack of steadiness is what leads the mind to go this way, that way. And then the doubt comes into us. And what is that doubt? I should, I shouldn't, may I not, I cannot. And we start to doubt our own understanding, our own decision of self to move forward. But when the mind is clear, when the mind is vibrating, is clear, and that generation of that breath is within you, and you sit there and do the pranayama, sit for a moment, breathe deeply from your navel point, create that energy system within you, let your body system relax. Have that mantra, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Satnam, that mantra, whatever that is for you that you want to play, let it play in your consciousness continuously. That's why we say that that Nam Simran, that vibration, is 24/7 within us. And every mantra that we chant is a seed, is a bij mantra. It goes in and it seeds itself within us. So that when the mind is going this way, that seed, that bij of that sound current emerges. And as soon as that emerges within you, it gives you the balance. That's the neutral self. And we want to achieve that neutral self, to find that joy, to find that happiness. Because happiness is a projection of joy. And project that joyfulness. Because that is what carries us in life. That devotion that we have, the understanding we have, the happiness that we live. And that happiness takes that commitment to be happy. I have to commit myself to my happiness. Because I know once I make that commitment to be happy, happiness will follow me. Because I'm committed to it. I'm committed within any situation, any challenge, good, bad, sukha, dukkha, whatever is good or bad is equal to the same. And through that neutrality of self, I find that happiness and gratefulness and sacredness, so that every breath is a sacred breath. Every word is a sacred word. Every thought is a sacred thought. Every moment becomes a sacred moment. And then we appreciate each other. That's true congregation, that's Sangat. When we can appreciate everybody, we can appreciate each of us through that consciousness. That consciousness of acceptance comes in the vibration of the sacredness that we see within ourselves and that we gain within ourselves, and we see the sacredness which lies in everything. And that's true community, that's true Sangat. To see the sacredness in everything, then that honoring will always uplift you. It's a simple process. That honoring of that sacredness will always uplift you, always uplift you. And you'll help to uplift others just by your very presence. And we want to stay uplifted, especially in these times where there's lots of going on, so much happening in the world, so much that this world is being tested to go through. But we have to stay uplifted. And we have to lift others, help others, do the seva. help others, lift others, care for others, share with others. And through that sharing and that caring will help to change this world. Because peace has to prevail at some point in time. When that point of time is, I can't say. But at some point in time, through some generation, peace will prevail upon this earth. But we have to protect also, at this time we have to protect Mother Earth. Very important that we're protecting this Earth Mother, because this Earth Mother carries us. So there's so much to understand, so much that we can see in this life, so much that we can project through into our happiness, and so much change we can bring to create a better world, to protect our Mother Earth, to protect the foundation of each of us is to see the sacredness of the heart in everyone. If we don't see God in all, we don't see God at all. A simple concept. So let us hold that simple concept deep within us. Let us radiate the love and the peace. Let us radiate that joy and happiness. And let that happiness spread. And let us find our creativity within that joy. Find our stamina within that joy. And within that joy, find the trueness of our heart and our soul. And that starts with you. It will always start with you. And that's the personal responsibility that we take, because that journey starts with you. No matter how many journeys you're on or who's with you joining us on this journey, but that journey starts with you. And you want to journey into that field of light. Journey into your field of growth. Journey into your intuition, applying your intuitive consciousness and intuitive mind to understand past, present, and future. It's there to be known. It's not an unknown to us. But through the sacredness of life, we establish that sensitivity to know the unknown, and to hear the unheard, to see the unseen, to penetrate through that zone, and to carry it into our hearts so that we can help spread messages of peace, of love, and kindness. And most importantly in this day and age, to share a message of tolerance, to be tolerant. And that will have to start with us. So let us enjoy that. Let us live in the joy of that. Let us project the happiness within ourselves. Let us find that sacredness. And by the grace of the infinite light that created all creation, may peace prevail upon this planet. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Please subscribe to our Library of Teachings Legacy Project. Our Legacy Project and your subscriptions help to give us that opportunity to compile the many, many years of teachings of videos, lectures, and classes of Harinam Singh Khalsa. Please visit our website, anandlotus.com, to subscribe. Satnam.